Hey everyone, before the video starts, YouTube cares a lot about something called viewer satisfaction, whatever that means. So if you could leave a comment about anything vaguely related to the video, I want to do a little experiment and see if that affects anything. So please do that. Okay, bye. Well, somehow I've lived long enough on this floating space tire fire to be 7 years old when Toy Story 1 came out, and now here I am witnessing the trailer for Toy Story 5. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Toy Story was my entire childhood or whatever, but I mean, like, Toy Story 5? What are we doing as a society? But so, with Toy Story 5 on the horizon, I realized two important things. One is some people live in a totally different universe than I do. And second, I haven't seen the first Toy Story movie in like at least 20 years. You know, the main kind of shtick on this channel is going back and watching older movies, older kids movies specifically, and trying to see how they hold up and compare to modern times. So, looks like it's time once again for another exciting episode of
Allegedly grown man watching a kid's show.
1995, I was 7 years old, and out comes this movie that's only made with 3D graphics CGI? What? It looks so real. Graphics will literally never look better than this. But now that I'm a couple years older, I wanted to go back and see how the first Toy Story actually was. You know, so come along, fellow jaded millennials, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. If you've been on the internet in like any way at all recently, you know that your privacy is under attack. Every website tracks everything you do, what videos you watch, US ID laws, UK ID laws. In Europe, they're trying to make it so the government can read any and all private messages on any messaging app. And sure, in theory, this is all for the greater good, but all it takes is one lazy employee and one dedicated hacker, and all that information can be leaked to anyone. For this and many other reasons, if you use the internet, you need a VPN. And Surfshark VPN is the best of the best. Did you know that some airline ticket websites will charge you more depending on what country or even what city you live in? Like, you can search the same flight, but depending on where you're searching from, you'll get a different price. Well, with Surfshark VPN, you can change your location, shop around, and get the best deal without being swindled. Streaming rights are all over the place. Different countries have completely different, like Netflix or Disney Plus libraries. But with Surfshark, you can actually get your money's worth with all those streaming subscriptions that you keep paying for. For your safety, for your wallet, for your entertainment, whatever reason, you need a VPN. And if you're getting a VPN, you gotta get Surfshark. Go to surfshark.com/Meyers or use my code Meyers at checkout and you'll get 4 extra months with your subscription. They also offer a 30-day full refund guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose, okay? Go to surfshark.com/Meyers and start protecting yourself today. Okay, back to the show.
All right, everyone, this is a stick up. Don't anybody move. Now empty that safe. Money, money, money.
You know, I never really thought about this until now, but like Andy is such a loser kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's this 8-year-old suburban white kid in the mid-90s, and he's playing with Mr. Potato Head and Slinky Dog and a Woody doll from like the 1950s or whatever. Why does he even have this, by the way? Like, where's his mom getting these? Not a single Game Boy in sight. Not even one of those like Tiger electronic games where they tricked you with like Sonic on the cover, but then the game was actually just like... Your kid's gonna love it. Minutes of fun.
Dinosaur! Who eats force field dogs? You're going to jail, Bart. Say goodbye to the wife and tater tots.
Oh, no, not the early Pixar demon children. No, make it stop. So is Andy, by the way. Just absolute demon children as far as the eye can see.
You saved the day again, Woody.
9/11 was an inside job. But okay, so after playing with his toys for a while, Andy has to go downstairs. And here's where we get to learn like the whole setup for the movie kinda. So a week from now, Andy and his family are gonna move away. So the toys are kind of preparing themselves for this because, you know, it's a big deal, as you could imagine. But also, there's something even more pressing that's so important that Woody has to call a whole press conference.
Okay, oh yes, one minor note here. Andy's birthday party has been moved to today. Next we have...
And so, mere minutes after this, the kids start arriving for Andy's birthday with all kinds of presents. And you see, this is really scary for the toys because, like, what if Andy gets a new toy or, like, a real toy that's not from World War II? You know what I'm saying? Tiger Electronic Castlevania? You're right, Mom. This is way better than some stupid old Game Boy. I'm just happy I get to spend time with you. You're the best mom ever.
Okay, take a look at all those presents.
I can't see a thing.
Yes, sir, we're next month's garage sale fodder for sure.
Any dinosaur-shaped ones?
Oh, for crying out loud, they're all in boxes, you idiot.
But you know, it really was smart of them to make the movie about toys. Cause like, Lord help us if they made one about people. But it also kind of highlights, to me at least, how like nowadays with 3D animation, they can literally do anything. So like, nothing really feels special anymore. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Anyway, so Woody sends out the Army Men toys to spy on the kid and let everyone know if Andy ends up getting some new toys, they might have to welcome to the family. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lunchbox. We've got a lunchbox here.
A lunchbox?
Lunchbox? For lunch.
Okay, second present. It appears to be. Okay, it's bed sheets.
Who invited that kid?
Man, I love this movie. This movie's already so much funnier than like most of the stuff they've put out the last 10 years. But of course, as we all know, Andy does indeed end up getting a brand new toy. The hottest toy of 1995.
Who's a cool guy in town? We all think he's great.
It's Shaving Fun Ken.
He's the cutest guy around, the shaving for a day. Ken lathers up with shaving cream, shave him really clean. Isn't he the hottest guy you have ever seen?
Oh, Ken.
Only one guy's beard goes back to shave again. That's Shaving Fun Ken.
Shaving Fun Ken doll has real hair.
No, actually, it's just some lame-o Buzz Lightyear toy. Psh, yeah, okay. But the real problem here is not the toy itself, but how he takes over Woody's place on the bed, the most sacred of sacred spots. In a few short years, they're both going to be replaced by soggy Playboys that Andy and his friends find in like a ravine behind the school, you know? But for now, it's Woody's place.
Look, its lasers light up. Take that, Zerg. Quick, make a space. This is where the spaceship lands. And they press the battery just...
So this is Buzz, and his whole thing, as we all know, is that he thinks he's like a real gosh darn space ranger, which he will be in the future of an alternate universe, which itself has diverging timelines that reconnect via magic MacGuffin power, because what the heck was Pixar even trying to do here?
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, come in. Do you read me? Why don't they answer?
So does every new toy think that they're real, or like is it just Buzz? Why does Buzz think this about himself? Like I assume Lotso didn't think he was like a real strawberry bear, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, Buzz thinks he's a real space ranger and shows off how he can kinda sorta fly for reals, you guys.
Ken.
Whoa! Oh, wow, you flew magnificently.
I found my moving buddy.
Yeah, whatever, Bo Peep. I don't even need you anyway. I'm gonna go find a better toy fresh out of college who doesn't even care that I don't have a job. I think it's cool that I drink 7 Monster Energies a day. So because of all this nonsense with Buzz being Andy's new favorite toy and he can fall with style or whatever, he even has a button you can push where he says cool stuff like, Woody is none too happy about things starting to change around here.
T-O-Y. Toy.
Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
The word I'm searching for, I can't say because there's preschool toys present.
You know, they just really don't make movies like they used to, you know what I'm saying? Early Pixar was really something special.
Hey, guys, look! It's the real Buzz Lightyear!
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Buzz, look, an alien! Where? Ah!
What? Stop. What is that face? What happened? All right, guys, hey, let's make a movie about toys so it doesn't look too uncanny and like traumatize the kids. Yeah, that's a great idea. Now, while this is all going on, the toys see the neighbor kid across the street, tying dynamite to one of his toys to blow it up, I assume.
No, that's Scud, you idiot. That is Sid.
You mean that happy child?
That ain't no happy child. He tortures toys just for fun.
Okay, you know, I'm sick of the Sid slander in these movies, all right? Sure, he's ugly and has braces, and he's definitely not gonna wear his retainer, so all this is gonna be a huge waste of money anyway. But still, tying toys to fireworks just to blow them up for fun, that was a rite of passage for every 90s kid, okay? When you're 10 and you discover fire, like, that's the best summer vacation of all time. But okay, so Andy and his mom are packing their things for the big move, Max Keeble style, you know what I'm saying? But they get so tired and hungry that Andy's mom offers to take him to Pizza Planet, where boys become men and men become put on a list. However, Andy can only bring one toy, and Woody knows this is his chance to reclaim his place at the top of the food chain. So he uses the little RC car to try and knock Buzz like behind the dresser, so then Andy will have to take Woody to Pizza Planet. But things don't really go as planned. Now, no one sees him do this except the RC car, of course. And when the car tells everyone that Woody knocked Buzz out the window, because someone's being a frickin' snitch.
What is it, boy? He's saying that this was no accident.
What do you mean?
I mean, Humpty Dumpty was pushed. By Woody.
What?
Geez, guys, some real fair weather friends you are. What about the marketplace of ideas, huh? Debate me. My think piece on why getting rid of everything I don't like is actually good for whatever buzzword gets you riled up the most. But so because Buzz fell out the window, now Andy has no choice but to take Woody with him, like the good Lord intended. However, on the way, Andy's mom stops at a gas station, and guess who comes barreling in through the sunroof?
Oh, great. How am I going to convince those guys it was an accident?
Buzz! Buzz! Ha! You're alive!
And so they fight for a bit, and while they do that, Andy's mom drives off, with Andy in the car too, I assume. And now neither Woody nor Buzz are going to Pizza Planet.
Andy! I'm lost. Oh, I'm a lost toy.
You know, the world of Toy Story is actually incredibly dark if you think about it for a couple minutes. Like lost toys, landfills full of like sentient toys that can't move or talk anymore forever. Or like as a former 12-year-old boy myself, like Woody and Buzz are gonna start witnessing a whole lot of who knows what pretty soon, alright? Anyway, so they hitch a ride to Pizza Planet, but Buzz gets sidetracked by this freaking sweet rocket ship over here. Oh, I just realized it's a red rocket. You know what, Pixar? I approve.
Stranger from the outside.
This is an intergalactic emergency. I need to commandeer your vessel to Sector 12. Who's in charge here?
The Claw.
You know, thinking about this movie like when it came out, it's just so clever with how it translated like toy stuff into this like toy society. You know, like the aliens think the Claw is their god, or like how the toys just kind of interact with each other. Like kids movies really used to respect their audience so much more than they do nowadays. Like it's not even close. But anyway, while they're trying to escape the Claw machine, a special certain little someone named Sid Phillips stops by, and somehow this kid is just always everywhere by himself. I'm starting to think this kid might have neglectful parents.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place. Gotcha.
A Buzz Lightyear? No way!
Also, his voice is so perfect. Like, I wonder who it was that voice acted this. No freaking way. The hot guy from Princess Diaries? Brink? The titular main character of the movie Brink?
Hey! He has been chosen.
Hey!
All right, double prizes!
And so Sid ends up getting Buzz and Woody from the Claw machine and takes them home to do all kinds of evil kid stuff, like take them apart and re-engineer them in surprisingly smart ways. Okay, let's try and be objective here for a second. Is Sid really a bad guy? I mean, from the point of view of the toys themselves, maybe, I guess. But like, if we assume that toy sentience is not based in some kind of spiritual genesis, then really Sid is just playing with toys in a different way than the commercials intended, right? Now, if the toy consciousness is indicative of a soul of some kind, that soul does not appear to be directly tied to mortality, as we see with Mr. Potato Head or like Sid's sister's doll. So there really is no moral or spiritual argument against Sid's actions, other than the fact that Woody just doesn't like them from like a self-preservation standpoint. Justice for Sid, that's all I'm saying, okay? If he was more attractive, they would have given him an engineering scholarship. But anyway, so now that Sid is gone, Woody and Buzz try to escape, but Sid's horrible sleep paralysis demon dog is blocking the stairs. I mean, seriously, guys, what the heck happened here? Who approved this? Buzz ends up sneaking into what I assume is Sid's dad's room, and that's when he sees something on the TV that's gonna change his life forever.
Girls Gone Wild travels year-round, coast to coast, meeting thousands of hot co-ed.
Buzz Lightyear, the world's greatest superhero, now the world's greatest toy! Pulsating laser light, high-pressure space wings,
to infinity and beyond!
Not a flying toy.
And this is the moment when Buzz realizes that Woody was right. He is just a toy. He's not a real space ranger at all. He can't even knock over a stack of cans without human help. Now, that's just embarrassing. And he tries to prove himself to himself one last time. You know, maybe he can fly, okay? Maybe all the stuff everyone's saying about him is not true. Maybe it is average sized, you know? But alas, much like all of us, his dreams must inevitably be shattered.
Mom! Mom, have you seen my Sally doll?
What, dear? What was that?
Never mind.
And so now Woody has to rescue Buzz from the clutches of Sid's little sister.
What happened to you?
One minute you're defending the whole galaxy, And suddenly, you find yourself sucking down Darjeeling with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
I think you've had enough tea for today. Let's get you out of here.
See, this is what I mean. Like, early Pixar was just so effortlessly funny. And, like, they had that edge that never really felt try-hard, you know what I mean? And, like, just to reiterate, I haven't seen or thought about this movie in decades, okay? But, like, even just watching it now, I can't help but be reminded that, like, early Pixar was so good. Like, even just the kind of story of the movie itself, like how Woody is allowed to be flawed and deal with the consequences for his lapse in judgment, instead of what we get now, where characters are inherently flawless, and the only real conflict is that they just don't have enough confidence. Like, Woody himself is kind of the villain of the movie, I guess. Like, he does a bad thing and then he has to overcome his shortcomings, which is something I feel like a lot of kids media nowadays just like doesn't do, you know what I mean? But all the same, Woody brings Buzz back to Sid's room and Sid comes in with his newest military-grade explosive.
It came! It finally came! The big one. Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children. Cool.
How is this kid buying this stuff? Where's he getting the money from? He's taking taxis to Pizza Planet? He's getting uranium bombs from the cartels or something? Like, the heck is going on with this kid? Anyway, so tomorrow, Sid is gonna blow up Buzz, and Woody doesn't want that to happen because he needs Buzz's help to get home. He also needs Buzz to be alive so he can prove to everyone that he did not murder him. But also, he realizes that all this happened because he was just being a jealous little baby boy, and he needs to buck up and fix his mistake.
You were right all along. I'm not a space ranger.
Whoa, hey, wait a minute. Being a toy is a lot better than being a space ranger. Over in that house is a kid who thinks you are the greatest, and it's not because you're a space ranger, pal. It's because you're a toy. You are his toy.
Now, this little heart-to-heart talk makes Buzz realize that being a toy is okay, you know? But right that moment, Sid wakes up from his incredible sleeping position. You know, you sleep like this when you're like 10, and you wake up no problem, run downstairs, turn on Disney Channel, heck yeah, let's go. But like you hit your 30s, and you sleep with like an ergonomic pillow, an ergonomic mattress, and a weighted blanket or whatever, and somehow you still wake up like...
Oh yeah! Time for liftoff! Woo! To infinity and beyond!
And so, long story short, Woody's plan is to get the toys outside the house without anyone noticing, and then they're all gonna like come to life in front of Sid and scare him into leaving Buzz alone in what is probably the most iconic scene from the movie. Hold on. What is that, run? What is that? What is he doing? But okay, anyway, so just to summarize the ending here, Woody and Buzz are chasing after the moving truck because they're just like a second too late when Andy's family was leaving, and they use the rocket to turbo boost themselves all the way to Andy's mom's car, and everything is fine.
Hey, wow!
What is it?
Woody! Buzz!
Oh, great, you found them. Where were they?
Here in the car!
See? Now, what'd I tell you? Right where you left them.
And then we fast forward to Christmas 1995. Now that was a heck of a Sears catalog, I'll tell you that right now. Sure, cover your entire bathroom with carpet in a house with 4 boys. Genius idea. Hard day at the accounting firm, honey. You better have that floor mat racetrack ready to go when I get there. Video games? Oh, back before they nickel and dimed you with crazy prices, man, we had it so good. Video games only used to cost like $100 for Doom on Super Nintendo. Wasn't even good.
Quiet. Holly's first present is Mrs. Potato Head. Repeat, Mrs. Potato Head.
Way to go, Idaho.
Gee, I better shave.
And that's where the movie ends, you know, with Sid's dog Scud like 5 miles from home, stuck in a traffic accident pileup. And some say he's still there to this day. The end. So yeah, I mean, I kind of already said all this, but like, this movie holds up surprisingly well. I mean, the 3D animation capabilities were not quite there yet, obviously, but the story itself, it's surprisingly mature. It's kind of this like redemption story about how someone can let jealousy get the best of them, but then they have to work to make things right. Like, why is this movie so much better than anything they've done recently? Especially given how it was the first Pixar movie, like, they really knocked it out of the park.